Will the Republican Party unite behind its likely nominee? And who will that nominee pick as a running mate? Here to discuss it all is a member of the Trump team, former 2016 Republican presidential candidate, Dr. Ben Carson. Good evening, Dr. Carson. Good to have you here with us tonight.
Good to be with you, Judge.
I'm going to get right to it. Now, the big question now is unity, the Republican Party. And I understand that you're somewhat of an intermediary between Donald Trump and some of the establishment players like Paul Ryan, and that before Donald Trump went to D.C., you kind of smoothed the way a little. You want to tell us what that meant?
Well, basically I just wanted to talk about the kind of person that Donald Trump is and explain to Speaker Ryan and to a variety of other people that he's not a polished politician. And that means that he will say things that don't fit into nice, neat little packages like they're used to having. And it can be quite confusing sometimes. It resonates tremendously with the people themselves.
What was their reaction when you said, he's not a polished politician, he doesn't speak political speak? Did they say, come on?
No, they actually do understand, particularly when I, take an example and then explain what he's really talking about. When he talks about entitlements and not being anxious to go in and change entitlements. If you explore that with him, what you find out is he wants to fix the economy. He wants to create jobs. He wants to create opportunities for people so that you have fewer people who are dependent on entitlements. Once you fix the economy, then you come back to that issue. But to do that first is cruel and unusual punishment.
Well, but Doctor, why didn't Paul Ryan endorse Donald Trump? And what's with this, we got to find common ground? If the people want him, why do we need Paul Ryan's permission?
Well, it's obviously much better to have a united party.
Well, who
and
are they
Paul
going to vote for? Hillary Clinton?
Well, that's exactly right. If you have perspective, that's the conclusion that you will eventually come to. But, it's a getting to know period, and that's going to work out just fine when they get to know each other. And when some of the other Republicans begin to recognize that your alternative is not in any way consistent with conservative principles. Hillary Clinton was a fan of Saul Alinsky, who wrote a book called Rules for Radicals, the dedication page of which says dedicated to Lucifer. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, why is that even a choice?
Well, let me move on to the VP thing. I want to move this thing forward a little. As you know, because the Republican convention's in July in Cleveland, and Donald's VP will be named before the Democratic convention. Number one, will that VP be from a swing state? Because I think all presidential elections are only about swing states. And number two, kind of give us some idea of who it might be.
Yeah, I can give you an idea. It'll be somebody who loves and honors our Constitution, somebody who believes in fiscal responsibility, a strong military, strong education, and health care that is in the hands of patients and their physicians.
Okay. Real fast, because I'm coming up against a break.
That narrows it down.
Yeah. Is that person in office right now? Is that person from a swing state? And is that person male or female? 10 seconds.
That person is a wonderful American who has a strong record of accomplishment and is somebody who is quite trustworthy.
All right. Dr. Ben Carson, thanks so much for being with us this evening.
Good to be with you, Judge.
All right. And still ahead tonight, talking foreign policy with Colonel David Hunt. And next, my political panel joins me live, and Marianne Marsh comes.